This forecast is powered by Tilton Square Theater, Atlantic County's most comfortable movie watching experience.
Hey, good afternoon, South Jersey. Welcome to your lunchtime forecast. I'm Nor'easter Nick. Things are decent out there right now. Depending on your location, it is soupy, it's very sultry. It's an overall very summery beginning to the day. And if you're going to the beach, I think it's a tremendously nice beach day. But be on the lookout for those thunderstorms that are going to come through later on. That's not to scare you away from going. That's not going to happen until about 4 or 5 o'clock if the storms do indeed hold together on their journey to the south and east. So just have that in the back of your mind. As we take a look at our Glen Insurance Cam and Absecon overlooking the White Horse Pike into Atlantic City, you can see that soupy kind of milky haze overhead. And that's all associated with that wildfire activity, as I've explained a few times, all the way in northwest Canada. That smoke is high up in the atmosphere, and that's just diving down into our region. I expect that to clear out by tomorrow as the jet stream is going to be changing position. 76 right now with a 60-degree dew point and a southwest wind about 7 miles an hour. That southwest wind should drive the dew points up a little bit, and that's going to become fuel for these thunderstorms that develop, and specifically that leads to very heavy downpours, so be on the lookout for that. The Storm Prediction Center out in Norman, Oklahoma has outlined our entire region in a slight risk of severe weather this afternoon. Slight, marginal, enhanced, moderate, all these terms get thrown out there. All you got to know is severe weather is possible. Not everybody is going to see a storm. Just be weather aware. And I think it's most important to be up to date with the information. So download my SJN TV weather app. Just search Nor'easter Nick. It's free for Apple and Android devices, and you'll get these push notifications right to your phone. It will tell you if lightning is 15 minutes away from your vicinity. It is really cool. And of course, you can go to my website. It's nor'easternick.com. Looking at our satellite and radar, it's not very impressive right now. There's nothing going on for us. We have to look out to the west. Here's our cold front that is slicing through central Pennsylvania right now. Out ahead of it is where you have your activity. I expect this to fire up a little bit more as we go into the afternoon. And as we zoom into South Jersey, it's widely clear. Outside of some clouds in southeast Atlantic County, northern Cape May County, we're looking at decent weather. This is obviously going to change later on. No watches or warnings out there right now as we zoom out and look at the Pennsylvania area and into Virginia and Maryland. This will likely change as well, as I think the appropriate course of action would be to issue a severe thunderstorm watch. We'll see how that comes to fruition. I think if that happens, it's between 1 and 3 o'clock. And that's if the National Weather Service finds that worthy. Lower 80s right now. We got partly to mostly sunny skies out there. Clouds are going to start to move in this afternoon. Then I'd say after 3 o'clock, that window is between 3 and 7, maybe even having some showers and storms lingering around to 8 or 9 o'clock. But the daytime heating, the instability created by the sunny skies, that is going to lead to these thunderstorms developing, and you could get these single cells. We're also looking at the potential of a line coming through. The most concerning aspect of what's coming our way, probably damaging winds. This is what radar could look like around 5:30. Not everybody is going to get in on a storm, but for those of you who do, it's damaging winds, frequent lightning, torrential downpours, and I can't completely rule out a brief spin-up. A tornadic thunderstorm is possible. This model wants to show thunderstorms continuing until about 10 o'clock. So we'll see how that works out this afternoon and evening. You're at the beach forecast brought to you by our friends at Tackle Direct in Egg Harbor Township. Shows you a water temperature of 64. I think between 76 and 80 is a reasonable temperature range for the temperature on the sand at the beach. UV indices are going to be high today. Rip current risk is low, and winds are going to be out of the south at about 5 to 15 miles an hour. I told you we have that small chance of a spin up. Storm Prediction Center has outlined a portion of our viewing area in a 2% risk of a tornadic thunderstorm developing. 2% is very low, but it's not 0%, so we can't completely take that off of the table. Though my primary concern, like I mentioned, high winds. All right, that's a high risk. Tornadoes are low risk. Large hail, low. Flooding is a medium risk because we have so much moisture, so much humidity out there. Speaking of which, those dew points are going to back down in a big way. Look at our future cast for dew points. By tomorrow afternoon, I think a lot of us are in the 40s. Some models are indicating we're in the 30s for dew points, and that is going to feel fantastic, kind of like a fall, refreshing feel is going to be with us. Your 7-day forecast, we're cool again on Tuesday. Then we rise back into the 80s. We add in more humidity and we become unsettled again with several shower and thunderstorm chances later in the week.